Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we are currently, gonna be 10,000 C-bills in debt? Bankruptcy is projected. We're gonna have to do something about that, so let's go ahead and hop into the mech bay where we have a lot of repairs still ongoing, and we are going to go ahead and just scrap a single part here, honestly, is all we need to do. The Wraith is not one of them that I'd like to scrap at this exact moment, however the Cestrus and the Drillson would both be completely fine. I'm going to do both of these just because that'll get us a decent headroom for our drop costs. I think I will also do the Ranger as long as we're in here, and the Sortech. Oh, that one's very valuable. That should be more than enough. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and tick forward here just a little bit. That finishes our Wolverine and hits the financial report. Fantastic. And we're going to continue to tick forward here, I think, for the 6 days to get our Salamander back. That one is top priority. There we go. Fantastic. Let's make sure that we don't need any other repairs here. I don't think we do. Nope. Okay, and let's go ahead and get ourselves some Mech Warrior training.
Standing by. Yep.
Yes, Commander.
We'll get a point of tactics.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Yes, Commander.
Nope, that's it. Okay, so let's hop into the command center here. We could use some cash. We could also use a backup mech. In fact, I don't think we have one, but we could use another... Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We could use one more mech plus at least one backup mech. And let's just see if we've got anything available. Of course, we don't have any of these heavies available. That would be ideal. That's not currently an option. But what about any of these mediums? I'm not interested in a light at this time, or really anything below 50 tons. No. Okay. I didn't think so, but we'll just be on the lookout for it. And let's see what's available here. 419. This is really bad compensation. It's a duo tool. That would be why. So we're going to, I think, run this assassinate mission. We'll run it here, and that'll be fine. Now, we're going to definitely run our Salamander. And who's going to drive it? Chronic Toast? Chronic Toast. That is some chronic toast, all right. Okay, let's do this. Now, our Wolverine that took some heavy damage when we got the Salamander, it's still going to be running really hot. So we're still on the lookout for either double heat sinks or clan double heat sinks for it. Either of those would be fantastic. But that's not currently an option, so we're just going to have to alternate between the MRMs and the binary laser. It's really not an ideal situation. But our current lack of double heat sinks means we don't really have that much of a choice unless we wanted to back off of the binary laser and have, I don't know, triple medium lasers. But I feel like that would be a broadly similar level of heat, wouldn't it? I don't know, we'd have to look. Well, we would be able to put more standard heat sinks on, because that would only be 3 tons of weapon weight, so it might be worth investigating. For now, though, we need to destroy the propagandist and escape. For months, we've had trouble with people here in Brooklyn being riled up by talk of insurrection, rebellion, independence. Based on top Davian analyst reports, we believe there's an outworld propagandist. Okay, so we're gonna kill her and also her escorts. Fantastic.
Command interface initiated.
Okay, so they've got a dam here, and we can cross the dam. This looks like it's too deep for us to do anything other than cross the dam, or we could land on this side of the river, which looks to me like that would probably be our best bet, because I don't want to be caught out on this dam. So we're going to land over in this region over here. And we'll just move up the road. Excellent.
This would be some prime beach real estate.
Okay, so the propagandist is up over this way somewhere.
This place reminds me of my first wife.
Okay, let's do this.
So that's a Hornet.
Fights over.
The propagandist is out over here. They have a support
Try not to
lance,
fall down.
and they have
Don't
supporting
want
enemy
sand and
forces.
dust clogging your joints.
Excellent.
Ready for order.
That was exciting. That was very exciting. We're going to reserve. We're going to allow anything to move that wants to move at this time.
Roger that. Standing by.
So until it's no longer saying that it's enemy turn, we're going to continue to reserve here. Okay.
Waiting for the right
I'll do
move.
one more. Yep, that's fine. There's going to be vehicles that are in these phases here. Their mechs have likely already moved.
Acknowledged, Commander.
Okay, looks good. We're going to start moving forward. And we're going to sprint up to here.
Full speed.
We have eyes on a Prowler and a Hornet. We're going to fire it with precision Midran ammo here, I think. Our hit odds are going to be way better next turn. But we'll do it anyway. Certainly not the best,
I hear you.
but it's okay. This Wolverine is doing fine on heat. We're going to sprint it up,
Going turbo.
and it has eyes on that Hornet and that Prowler. Hit odds are a bit better on the Prowler, so we'll go ahead and fire. And we miss everything. Okay. That's to be expected, I suppose.
Stay in the crosshairs.
I live
So
to
our
serve.
Hunchback is going to sprint forward here as much as it can,
And the win.
and it doesn't have any sensors in round 1, so that's fine. The Salamander is not tremendously fast, but it's actually faster than the Hunchback. It's kind of a replacement for the Hunchback, honestly.
Standing by.
We could make the Hunchback more of a cavalry mech.
Commander.
It's a possibility. Maybe not the greatest
Not
of
too bad.
possibilities, but we're just going to move up here and end this horrific round 1 that we absolutely hate because we don't have any sensors. Excellent. Phase 19. Ember, Valkyrie, Antique Drillson, Chariot, Urban Mech, nothing too
What can I do
major.
for you?
The Wolverine is going to move up to here.
Affirmative.
We're going to fire on this Hornet. We're going to overheat from this unless we don't fire the heavy laser. And actually, we're going to not fire the Snub Nose because it has lower hit odds. And we missed everything. Oof.
Ooh, I may need some more time in the simulator.
You don't say, buddy. You don't say. Okay. So, phase 19, who are they going to move? That's fine. Some nice AMS going on there. Hornet moves up. We don't really care, per se. Of course, we're going to be delayed pretty far here because of our reservation. Okay. Apparently that managed to hit the cockpit, but we injury resisted.
Receiving you.
So the Midran Centurion is going to move into here. And we have really good hit odds on this Hornet. Do it. In fact, fire that Midran first. That's okay. Not the greatest. So the Prowler backs off a little bit, sensor locks our Wolverine. Fires on the Centurion.
Reporting.
Not a whole lot going on there. Okay.
Aye, aye.
Our long-range Centurion is going to park up here. It's too
Order
close
confirmed.
to effectively fire on that Hornet, but we can, however, fire on the Prowler. And so we shall.
Affirmative.
We did manage to tag it, so that's good. That Antique Drillson closes in, fires on the Centurion, does very little. Our Salamander's AMS is just going crazy here,
Yeah?
and I like it. Would this be a charge? Yes, it would. I do not want to charge. We will position here,
Let's move.
and we'll do what we can here, but our hit odds aren't great. And our heat's going to get very high, but we knew that. So the Chariot is going to fire on that Centurion. That's okay.
Thy will
We're going
be
to move
done.
up with our Hunchback. We're kind of in ideal range for this Hornet, and we're going to light it up.
Engaging target.
I was hoping that that would be a kill.
Reporting
Unfortunately,
critical
it wasn't quite. It's got to be close, though. Yeah, that's really close.
Ready to get it
The
on.
chameleon is going to close in here. We can actually get in for a physical attack, and we're going to attack on this side. Actually, no, we're not going to attack on the side. Well, we could physical weapon, actually. We could physical weapon here. We're actually better off punching, and so we shall.
Putting my weight into it.
That should be a kill on the Hornet, guaranteed.
That hits something.
Yes, yes, indeed. One dead Hornet.
Enemy
Fantastic. And that Irby is going to close in a tiny amount. We don't exactly care about that. Our Salamander Toad is going to close in over here. Now, these guys are grouped up, and we're going to drop an Arrow 4 right on them. We can do this in guided mode, but hang on. Guided ammo does 100 damage, apparently, but does that do splash damage? We should find out.
Firing.
No. Okay. Good to know. Well, that will definitely affect how we do that in the future. We're going to move up with our chameleon here, and this chameleon is out of cover and is likely to be attacked by a lot of these guys, I think. So we're going to do that, and we're going to fire on this prowler. I should have used armor-piercing ammo there. The Valkyrie closes in, fires on the chameleon, as expected.
Minimum damage. This guy's...
Okay, our Wolverine is going to move to here.
Copy that.
Now, we could definitely use a heat sink round here, so we are simply going to fire the MRM. A total of 8 damage. Not great.
Waiting on you, Commander.
But we're going to position... Honestly, perhaps... I don't like those positions. We'll position here. Okay, go ahead and light him up.
What to shoot.
That was a very, very solid hit there.
You could fry an egg in here.
2 HP away from killing the Prowler. Okay.
Orders.
So, our close-in Centurion is going to position up here. This is actually the closest we can get. We're probably not going to fire the AC-20 Mitron here. We're going to fire everything else.
Fire.
That'll be a kill.
Reporting. One less vehicle.
Fantastic.
Awaiting
So,
orders.
our long-range Centurion is going to make its way forward.
Affirmative.
Not a whole lot that we can do there.
Ready for orders.
Our Hunchy is going to step forward and fire on whoever we have best hit odds on. This is indirect, so listen kill is probably going to be slightly better. 18.8 on a couple of these. Okay. So we can fire on the fire starter or on the chariot. And we're going to go for the chariot here since it's already a little bit damaged. Good hits. Fantastic. So the chariot completely failed its attack. Sure.
Skipper.
Now our salamander is going to step forward here. And we are going to fire in standard mode on this Valkyrie, where we can splash damage.
Let's see what you got.
Only one hit, but that's okay. That's still a lot of damage. The Drillson is going to move through the fire and take more damage and fire on the Centurion, but AMS is going to do its job. Fantastic. And now our chameleon can just move directly on in. Interesting that we apparently can't melee, but that's fine. We can position here, where we'll still have some clear line of fire, or we could position here, which I think is a slightly safer position. And we're going to hit that Valkyrie as hard as we can, which is actually very, very hard. We're going to go in with armor-piercing ammo here. Very nice.
Critical hit, Commander.
Next up, we're going to close in with this Wolverine. It's overheated and mostly needs a heat sink round.
Got it. Max speed.
That's
no
fine.
Shooting.
Standing by.
Our long-range Centurion, we want to get into direct LOS over here.
Hauling
We
ass.
can't quite do it. So we'll just fire our Artemis at whoever has the best hit odds, which appears to be the Firestarter or the Urban Mech. And we're going to go for the Firestarter here. Okay, that's actually the primary target. Good to know. Now, our Midran Centurion is going to step forward here where we actually have LOS, and we're going to hit that Valk. This is potentially a kill on the Valk. And indeed it is. It's running double heat sinks, and we only crit that double heat sink.
All out of AC-20
That double
ammo.
heat sink kit. So we might be able to get some good double heat sink salvage out of that. That's really, really good. That's a lot of large pulse lasers. I didn't actually expect dual large pulse lasers up here. Is that the Irby? He's running an AC-10, I know. This mech. We don't actually know what that mech
What do
is.
you need?
Our overheating Wolverine is going to head up over here and try to get into LOS. We're not quite there yet. The Chariot is going to move around in the ore field and fire on the Chameleon and completely and totally miss. Wonderful.
I'm ready.
Our Hunchback is going to step forward here. We do need a little bit of a heatsink round, likely. What are our hit odds here? The best I see is 23. Yeah. So we're only going to fire the single... Or we're going to fire 2 rounds of LRM-15s. Actually, no, only 1, and sink a little heat. Okay.
What are your orders, Skipper?
Our Salamander is going to step forward here, and we're going to fire our Arrow 4s. I am noticing our heat build up here, and I'm going to fire on this mech. This will be fine.
Affirmative.
Okay, that'll do.
Watch my heat.
The Irby closes in, fires on the Centurion, and misses. That's fine. Phase 9, the Antique Drillson moves. Through the fire, takes additional burn damage. Great.
Damage minimal. Order.
Okay, so we're going to step forward with our Chameleon here. This is going to be a fine location, except that we're probably going to be a bit of a focus of fire. So we're going to Vigilance the Chameleon, and we are going to fire on... These are actually exactly the same odds. We'll fire on the Chariot here.
Roger that.
And we actually took it out.
One more for the trash heap.
I'm surprised, but I'll take it. So phase 21, let's see what they do. The Ember is moving in. This isn't shocking. That's going to be a lot of heat. Yep.
Bear, hey, I'm overheating.
Yeah, that's fine.
Waiting on you, Commander.
This Wolverine, we'd like to move in over here. Unfortunately, this is obstructed LOS, but let's see what we've got here. 40% on the Ghost and 54 on the Antique Drillson. Okay, we'll light this guy up.
Special delivery.
And he's destroyed too. I actually didn't expect that either. But we'll take it. So all we've got left over here is the Ember, the Ghost, and the Urban Mech. That's great.
What's up, boss?
So I think our Midran Centurion is going to make his way up over this way. And we're going to start firing on the guy up here. I want to close in a bit more before we start opening up with the AC-20. So we'll just do a little bit of damage like that.
Yep.
The Wolverine is going to position here where it can fire on all 3 of them. 16.5, 10.0, 18.8. Not great. We'll do this. It's not going to be good, and it's going to build a lot of heat. Okay.
Commander?
Our long-range Centurion is going to position here, where we can also choose who we fire at. Technically, our best odds are on that Ember, and we'll take it. We'll take them. Not a ton of damage there, but it'll do. Okay, that's fine. A little bit of Centurion armor damage never hurt anybody.
Losing armor.
Look at that guy's heat, though. I like it.
Yup.
So we're going to step forward with our salamander.
I'm there.
We can only fire the one arrow 4 at this time because of heat. 9.2, 9.2. We'll fire it at the ember. Okay, that's the structure exposure.
Wait your command.
The hunchback will step forward. And 2.6, 4.3, and 8.1. Okay.
Got it, Commander.
Not the best hit odds here, but it'll do.
Oh, I like that shot.
It could have been better. And the urban mech firing on the Centurion. That's fine, too.
Our target is bugging out. Stop it before it gets away.
Where is its evac point? Okay, yeah, it's not getting there. Fantastic. So we're going to make our way over here with the chameleon, and that was not the angle I wanted to go for. Okay. I intended to not go for that angle. The Wolverine can position exactly where it's at, actually, and 57% hit odds here. We're going to take that on the binary laser.
Confirmed.
A decent hit there. He did lose his evasive, and he's panic level critical.
Standing by.
So at this time, we're going to finish him off with the long-range Centurion.
Targeting for an alpha strike. Scored.
Yep. That's what I expected, was the ejection. Fantastic.
Orders.
Okay, so the Midran Centurion is going to close in here, and we're going to go for the kick rear arc on that ghost. We have pretty good hit odds here. Light him up.
Position confirmed.
We missed the kick, that's unfortunate, but the Midran still has good hit odds.
Negative damage.
I've definitely seen a better attack than that, but it was okay.
I hear ya.
The Wolverine is going to close in over here. We're not too concerned about the ghost at this time. We're going to fire on that urban mech, and I'm not going to fire the heavy laser. Wow, we missed both of those. Okay.
Systems
We had
ready.
reasonable hit
Another
odds on them,
shot.
but I guess it's fine. I'm not surprised that they're going for that Centurion because we missed the kick.
I'm showing minor damage.
Ah, but a failed shutdown override on that ghost. Well,
I
you
got
know what that means, right? Yeah, that means that we would love to fire the arrow 4 there, but we kind of can't. We could do this, however, and so we shall. These hit odds aren't great. This mech warrior isn't fantastic at this yet, but that was okay. We'll take it. The Hunchy is going to step forward here. Our heat is up there. So we're going to not fire this LRM, but everything else is fine. Okay, that'll do.
I'm out of LRMs.
Yes, indeed. The Irby is going to step through the fire. Fire on the Wolverine and fail. Sounds good. Okay. And this is probably the final round here. We're going to position here.
Confirmed.
And we're going to hit this ghost. Very, very hard.
Right.
Okay.
Who's next?
I was hoping that that would do a little bit more, but we're just going to come in from this angle, and this will finish the ghost, I'm pretty
Roger.
sure.
Targeting for physical attack.
Get that melee in there. That's a lot of crits into a
Forward
knockdown.
for hit.
He's actually not dead. Shocking.
Awaiting orders.
But that's okay. We're going to move up to here. This is kind of in the dead zone for our long-range Centurion, but it's not like it matters.
Firing a full salvo.
More double heat sinks there.
Targets taken.
And an ejection. Great. So more chances at double heat
Leaning on
sinks.
you, Commander.
We're very happy about that. This Wolverine will close in over here, and we're going to keep firing just our snub noses, I think. Do we fire the rocket here? You know what? Let's fire the rocket here, too.
Time to die.
That was solid.
Want some more? Huh?
He's now unsteady.
All out of SRMs, Commander.
So our Hunchy is actually just going to lob some LRMs up here. No visuals. Why can't we fire this LRM? Oh, because it was still on listen kill. That would do the trick. Leg destruction, that's a knockdown.
Take.
And an ejection. Okay, let's get out of here.
Mission successful.
So what we really want here is double heat sinks. That's the goal. And lots of them. Well, we can only get 4 priority salvage. We'll probably take 2 double heatsink kits if we can. Or maybe only 1. And the rest of them would be double heatsinks. I don't know. We'll have to look here. Heatsinks. Here we go. Let's take the 2 double heatsink kits and 2 regular double heatsinks. Everything else is kind of mediocre and we don't care. SRM6, get out of here. Engine core 060, I mean, we'll keep it around. A 220 we've already got. FCS standard. Standard heatsink cooling, LRM ammo, all very irrelevant to us. But those double heatsink kits, that's incredibly important to us right now. So we're going to hop back here and we're going to install those double heatsink kits in our Wolverine that was overheating. We want to have that Wolverine back the way it was. So we're absolutely going to do that. Just as soon as Yang gives us his estimate here. It shouldn't cost much to repair, in all honesty. Any moment now. And also, yeah, that tip was very correct. Get guns off the field. Ignore kill priority, ignore targeting priority, ignore salvage. If you can get it off the field, do so. I strongly agree with that. You get the salvage that you get. And that's kind of all there is to it. Okay, so it was only like 30k, and is it this Wolverine? Yes, it's this Wolverine. So we'll go ahead and refit this. It took no damage, so that's fine. We're going to drop these heat sinks. Get out of here, yonder heat sinks. Excellent. Okay, no additional heat sinks allowed. So we're going to swap this over to double heat sinks. We've got a double heat sink kit here. Fantastic. And we're going to plop on a pair of double heat sinks like so. And then we're going to put in those ER medium lasers that we had before. These guys here. As well as that... Actually, should we just call it good there? Maybe we should, and put on 2 additional double heat sinks. Like this. That's solid. We'll do it. Fantastic. Now, what do we want to do with the other double heatsink kit? We're probably just going to store that for now. Although, let's check. This is running clan double heatsinks. Okay, because this was overheating just with firing the Arrow 4. Which isn't necessarily great, of course. I would like, ideally, to manage to cram another clan double heatsink on this. Do we have one? We don't. And we don't have anything like a heat exchanger or anything like that. So I don't think there's anything we can really do about that at this exact moment. Yeah, there really isn't. Which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. And we'll just have to call it there. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time when we finish up these couple of repairs and go grab ourselves some more funds. It will be great, I'm sure.